Hi, this is James from Urban Arcane Games, and today we're going to be going through the Fallout starter set unboxing. So Fallout, obviously for those who don't know, is based on the computer game series which started in 1997. Yes, it is 30 years old as our Fallout. It's one of the first games I played on the PC. Originally it was like a point and click thing where you'd go around, and it developed into like a first person kind of adventure shooter type thing that you see these days. And that's not counting the weird other games like the Brotherhood of Steel and the weird mutant one that was out for the Xbox. For those of you that have been interested in the Fallout game beforehand, if you look online, it looks quite overwhelming because there are many different books out for it. There's loads of different adventures. You've got Wasteland Warfare as well, which is like a skirmish battle game with figures. You've got a card game that just came out, and you've got multiple things like the Settler's Guide and the Wanderer's Guide, and it seems quite overwhelming. That's why something like this is so good, because that way you get it all in one little go and you get to try it out before you actually spend any proper money on it. So the Modiphius 2d20 system, what is this I hear you say? It's quite simple. Basically, every skill roll you get 2d20s. All you have to do is roll under your skill and attribute on those 2d20s for a pass. Every additional pass creates more, in this game, action points, which adds to a pool of action points for all the players to use. As this action point pool grows, you can then use it to add more d20s to your original roll. So for example, if you're doing something quite difficult and you need to have 3 passes, well, that's quite hard to do on 2d20s, isn't it? Right, okay, so you can use an action point to gain an additional 1d20 to have more chance to success. Also add to the fact that a 1 is a critical hit and therefore instantly 2 successes. But this isn't about the rules, this is just an opening session to let you see what's in the original book. So that's the simplest way to describe the rules, but that's not what this video is about. This video is about this starter set and what's inside. So let's have a look. Better not do the John Cena theme tune, actually, that's bad. And we're opening it up. I know, right? It's exciting. It's like Christmas Day all over again. First things first, open up the box. So, first thing you see in the box when you open up is the dice. So these are actually quite big chunky dice. So you have 2 d20s here, which I will open up and show you. You have d20, d20. These are actually quite big d20s, but I'll get another d20 to show you just how big it is. Then you have a hit dice, like hit location dice. And then you have stress dice, which would be like your damage, if you will. I can't show you them. Which have little things. So normally, if it's anything like Acton Cthulhu, which I don't know because I've not read the rules yet, this is going to be an effect. This is 1 damage. This is 2 damage. Nothing, effect, and a damage. Just to show how chunky these D20 are, this is a Fallout D20, this is a normal D20. So it's not like, it feels a lot bigger, but it's look at that, look at it. Ah! And you get the cool symbol. So next we have the rulebook, which is 54 pages of just basically, so you start in, you've got Welcome to the Wasteland, so it's a rough description of it. Characters you can go, obviously they'll have pre-gen characters as all starter sets do, but we'll get into that in a minute. Your core rules, which takes up what? Like 10 pages or something, then combat rules, and then you've got your reference lists. Most of this actually ends up being the reference list at the end. So for example, from page 35 to page 54 is equipment and perks. And next up we have Once Upon a Time, The Wasteland, which is the adventure that we shall be running at Urban Arcane. So I'm not going to go too into that. But yeah, it's quite a weighty looking adventure. There's 60 pages in this, so it's quite a weighty thing. Imagine it'll take a few sessions to go through. We'll see how we get on Urban Arcane though, because maybe everyone will die, because that's what happens. Although it's one of my games, so not everyone dies. It's not Match that we're talking about here. Then we have the Nuka-Cola bottles, all of which have fallen out somehow into the box. Yeah, they've all fallen out of the box, but they do appear quite weighty. They're quite solid. On the back, they have this, which I don't know what this is. I don't know what that means yet, because I've not read the rules. It looks like it might be action points, but that is just me talking nonsense, because I don't know, but there you go. It's got numbers in the back, Nuka-Cola on the other side. Also blue Nuka-Cola, up to 5. Numbers seem to go up to 5, so we'll figure that out. Finally, we have the characters. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pre-generated characters to choose from. And that's actually it. So that's weird. I was expecting more. I'm not going to lie. I was expecting some maps to go with the adventure, maybe a quick reference sheet, which I've seen in other starter sets like that Cthulhu set. The Achtung Cthulhu set, by the way, even has a GM board, like a GM screen, sorry, in the box, which is really, really cool and really handy for the first time you're running the game, because it's got, like, for those who don't know, a GM screen basically tells you all the information you need right there and then, and it's much easier. And a quick reference sheet is also a really, really good thing to have with any game, especially a game like this, because if you're not using the main dice, then you need to know that a 1 causes 1 damage, a 2 causes 2 damage, a 3 causes 0 damage, a 4 causes 0 damage, a 5 causes damage with effect, and a 6 causes damage with effect. It might seem like, well, that's just a normal thing, but if it's the first time playing, that could be quite confusing for some people. So I'm not going to lie, I was expecting more from this starter set, especially from Modiphius, because Modiphius stuff is normally full of stuff. For reference, I will show you Achtung Cthulhu in a minute and what is in their starter set, to let you see what's happening. But yeah, weird one, but good. I mean, there's not even like actually there's one ream of like Nuka-Cola. There's not any characters or anything. You've not got any pictures of the characters on the sheet or anything. It's weird. They could have done more. I think maybe they're selling it more on the fact that it's Fallout and people are going to buy it. But hey ho, here we are. So as I was saying, Achtung Cthulhu starter set from Modiphius, the exact same company, has all this stuff and inside the box, so it tells you how to do the difficulty, complication range, weapon range, attributes, bonus, and weapon effects. Also in Achtung Cthulhu, quick reference sheet, double-sided, cool stuff. Achtung Cthulhu again, pictures on it. Also in Achtung Cthulhu, you've got multiple tokens that come with the game. So you've got your threat tokens, you've got your action points, you've got tons of characters, and it's not just characters from this starter set, it's from, if you go online, there's other games like A Quick Ride into France, and there's other pre-generated characters that you can go in there, and they're all in here also. So when you see something like that, and it has the dice, and it has the rules, and it has an adventure with it that actually lasts quite a reasonable period of time. So yeah, not overly enamored by the starter set. It's cool to get the rule system down, it's cool to get an adventure, it's cool to get the Nuka-Cola things, it's cool to get the dice, but that and 6 pre-generated characters. Do more, Modiphius, do more. This has been James at Urban Arcane, signing out.